Alright, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you my whole pancake recipe and just in general me making my pancakes, and I'm also going to put MyFitnessPal up on the screen while I'm doing this whole video so you can see me entering things as I'm weighing everything out as well. So I think this is really going to help you. Here is my ingredients that I'm using. So egg whites, got some frozen fruit here, I have some oatmeal, then some pancake syrup, and then my protein that I'm using, Greek yogurt, and then peanut butter. Alright, so I'm going to set this up here so you can see everything, and then now I'm going to add MyFitnessPal up on the screen. Alright, so I have my calories set to 2,800 right now. So in order to set your calories up, I'm going to go into my goals here and then go into custom calories, carbs, protein, and fat goals. So as you can see, I already have these entered into the correct amounts. So I'm going to go back into the Innovative Aesthetics app, and now I'm going to go back into my macros. So you can see my protein is 175, my carbs 324, and then my fat is 96. Alright, so in order to find out how many calories you need to enter into MyFitnessPal, you have to times your protein by 4, your carbs by 4, and then your fats by 9. Alright, and then you just add all of those together. So I'll post that little calculation on the screen. So now I know the calculation equals 2,800. So I'll go back into MyFitnessPal, and then I will set the percentages. So my percentages will be 25% protein, just because right above it it's 175. Then my carbs are going to be 45%, because above that is 315. So as you've seen, my carbs are actually 324 with my macros. So with MyFitnessPal, the free version, it doesn't go right to the gram, but that is completely fine. Okay, it's in within 10 grams of my real macros, and I just know if I go over this a little bit, I know my carbs are going to be 324. Same thing with my fats. My fats are actually 96, but my on MyFitnessPal it says 93. That's just the percentage. So it's really, fats are really close in this certain example. So I set that. Once you have this set, you go back into my food here. So I'm going to click the green 2,800. So I have nothing logged in for today. Some little helpful things: once you create a meal, you can simply, like even yesterday's breakfast, I will show you. If I swipe over, I can just simply add that. If I'm going to eat the same breakfast, there you go, I just added that, and it has the calories that I had from yesterday. But I'll just do this from scratch today, so I will delete everything, and you can see me adding in everything at once. Alright, so I'm going to start my pancakes here, and then add in every ingredient, and then show you how to add it on MyFitnessPal as well. So I'm just gonna put that down here. I always start with protein. So I have my bowl here, have my scale, that is set to 0. Well, I need protein. So I'm gonna do 2 scoops, which with my protein, it equals 60 grams. I know that already. So that's good there. All right, so just because I know how to do this, I'm going to put this to 0. Then I'm going to add oatmeal. So always 0 whenever you're adding another food. So I'm gonna go to probably 100 grams. All right, 100 grams of oats. So now I'll enter these onto MyFitnessPal. So I go to add food here, then I'll go to protein, and I know this is going to be the diesel. That's what I'm using. And then it already says 2 scoops in there, so 30 grams each. That's what I have. So I'm gonna just hit check. Then I'm gonna add my oats. So oats, I use Quaker. So I'm gonna change this to 100, and then done. So just for an example, the serving size, I always watch that. This is set to 1 gram. So I have 100 grams of it, just change the number of servings to 100. All right, next is I'm going to 0 the scale because I'm going to add some more things. So next is going to be egg whites. So I usually have around 200 grams of egg whites. That's the consistency I like, but today I added more oats. So I might add a little bit more as I mix it together. So also I need some baking powder. So I'm gonna add a little bit in here as well. You guys actually get my recipe. So mixing all this together, and I'm gonna turn the pan on. All right, so that's all mixed together. I'm not going to track this because it's 1 calorie per tablespoon. So like things like that, you don't need to track. I might add some cinnamon. Don't need to track that either. So mix that all in together. Wait for that pan to heat up. So now I'll add my egg whites. So I'll just type in egg whites and then 200 grams. And then that's added in. This is by far my favorite meal. Can't get enough of it. I have it every single day. So just gonna spray the pan with a little bit of this. I have this every single day. So I don't track something like this. I just do a couple little sprays. All right. So my screen shut off. set that so it doesn't shut off. All right. So, since I have everything in the bowl measured out, I'm gonna make the pancakes. I'm gonna skip this boring part and then go right into after the pancakes are made, and then I'm going to add my toppings. So stay tuned for that. All right, so last pancake is cooking. While that's finishing up, I'm gonna add some fruit to the top of it. So scale, nothing in the bowl, scale is on 0. I'm going to add $120 grams of this fruit. So I'm going to actually just put that. All right, so I have the fruit in there. I'm just gonna throw this in the microwave for a few seconds because it is frozen. And as well, I don't actually have this, I don't think, in my MyFitnessPal. I'm not sure if I had it before, so I'll show you how to easily scan. You just hit add food, and then you just hit the barcode up in the right, then it goes to your camera. It just scanned it. So I had 125, so I'm going to change that to 125. That is it. Add that in. All right. So now I'm going to add some Greek yogurt. All right, so I'm going to put my pancakes on the scale, 0 the scale. All right, so that's set to 0. I'm gonna go to about 100 grams. There you go. So now, just going to put a little touch on it, make it look nice. So that's done. Now I'm going to get my fruit, add that on. But first, I will add this in. So Greek yogurt, and I already have 100 grams there. Hit the check mark. That is it. All right, so I have my fruit here. So I already weighed it out, so I don't need to weigh it right now. So this is just gonna go on the top here. These pancakes are gonna be crazy. Oh man. All right, so that's done. So I have everything right here already entered. Now, the last thing, peanut butter. All right, so probably gonna add 1, maybe 2 teaspoons. So with peanut butter almost has like 100 calories in 1 teaspoon. So if you go over, like if you just dip in and not pay attention to how much it is, you can easily lose your progress just on this alone. So whenever you're weighing peanut butter, put it on and then get it to the gram, because these little bits here and there with peanut butter, it adds up. So really pay attention to that. So it's on 0 right now. I'm gonna go to -15 because the serving size for this, for 1 tablespoon, is is 15 grams. So I'm taking 15 grams away. So right there, 15. Now it's gone down to 10. So just gonna put a little bit on. Starting off. Presentation is everything. So still it's set to -10, so I'm going to take a little bit more. All right, -15. So whatever is on the spoon, I can eat. So if you were to do this and not have it on the scale, you would end up with this on the spoon, then you'd end up licking it off, and then it would end up making you go over. All right, so that's important. So now this is already set to -15, doesn't matter. I'm gonna lick the spoon because it's good. So that is everything that I added to the pancakes. That's how you track everything. And I promise you, it takes so much less effort if you're not videotaping it like this and not showing you. Also, so I'm gonna add my 1 tablespoon. So I'm gonna type in peanut butter, sea salt, go to 1 tablespoon, and add. So everything in this meal is in my breakfast kind of thing. So this is a massive meal. As you know, I do intermittent fasting, so this is my first meal of the day. It's 3:30. So what I'm going to show you is, if I was to have this every day, which I honestly do have pancakes every day, so I'm going to hit the 3 buttons down in the corner, then I'm going to save meal as, then I'm going to hit pancakes. I have a bunch of these, so I'm going to just make a name for it, video demo. So I'll save that. Meal is created. So if I want to have it again, I'll just show you. I'll go into add food here, my meals, pancakes, video demo. I just hit that, hit the check mark, and then it's automatically added. So the more you make foods and save meals, it becomes easier and easier and easier. So even like tomorrow, if I just didn't even want to think about how much I wanted to weigh out or anything like that, I can literally go to tomorrow, add breakfast food, add that meal, then I know exactly how much food I just have to weigh out. I don't even have to touch MyFitnessPal kind of thing. So it gets easier and easier and easier as you do it. So this is what I'm trying to get you guys to learn, is like just don't be afraid to start doing it. Not everybody's going to be perfect at the start of it, but the most important thing is just to start doing it and start weighing out food, getting used to it, and then like you learn so much about what food is this. Like, this is protein, I know that. This is fats. This is carbs. Oats is carbs. This is protein. Like, I know everything, and like realistically, I've been doing this for a long time. So like, I know exactly like what 15 grams of peanut butter kind of looks like, but I'm still gonna weigh it out. But when it comes to like oats, I know what 100 grams of oats looks like. I really, honestly, wouldn't even need to have the scale. I know what 2 scoops of protein, so I wouldn't need to use a scale. I know what Greek yogurt, the amounts of Greek yogurt looks like. Like, I know this for most foods. So this is why I want to teach you this, because it gets so much easier and you can transfer this knowledge as you go on throughout life kind of thing, and knowing you can stick to healthier portions without even having to use a scale or track it. But it just takes some time in the beginning to learn it and learn more about foods and what things contain what. So this is what I want to teach you. Really hope you learned a lot, and if you do have any questions, let me know. If you liked this type of video where you can see my screen as well, I'll gladly do more of these. One thing I want to stress is when it comes to your calories, you don't have to be completely accurate, okay? Like, you don't have to be to the gram, all right? Yeah, I was confused for a second. So I just went in and I'm 40 grams over protein, and I just noticed that's because I added that second meal. So I'm gonna delete everything right now. So, all right, so I still have 1900 calories and 1925 calories. So I only have 75, roughly around 75 or 68 grams of protein left to hit. I have another over 200 carbs to hit. Then I have over 75 grams of fat to hit as well. So it's basically, you just try to hit those numbers. And like I said before, with your proteins, fats, and carbs, you can either be 10 above or 10 below. So you have that 20 gram like window to hit. And it's all about just being consistent in those numbers for a longer period of time, rather than getting 175 grams like right to the dot. You'll drive yourself crazy. So just get into that range kind of thing, and then stick to that range for a longer period of time. When it comes to like your carbs and your fats, those have little wiggle room. So like, that's why you have the option to change your carbs and fats in the app. You have the ratio, whatever, 60-40 is what we recommend, and you can change that. Myself, I like carbs more than fats, so I have it set to like 70-30. So you can play around with that. So some days you could be like over on your carbs, but then you still have fats to have left. But if you hit your protein, that is the most important thing. Protein always hit. But one thing to remember, if you hit your calories and you hit your protein, it doesn't matter about your fats and carbs, like what ratio that is. It really doesn't matter. It will add up to your calories, so that's the most important thing. When it comes to whatever's important, calories is first, then you're hitting your protein, and then fats and carbs come last. All right, so always remember that. So I hope this helped. Let me know if you like this video, and if you have any questions at all with regards to tracking, weighing out your food, things like that with MyFitnessPal. Ask away. One thing I will point out that just came to my mind: whenever you're going into setting your goals, do not worry about putting in your current weight, your goal weight, anything like that. If it forces you, yeah, whatever, but like, that might sometimes actually change your macros automatically in there, so like, just watch out for that. But honestly, you just have to go in to customize your own macros, and then have the macros that I have set for you in the app. So I'll give you a little close-up of the pancakes because they're so good. So now you have my full recipe for that as well. So yeah, if you have any questions, guys, leave them below, and I hope this really helped.